I just saw Logan, and it was quite possibly one of the worst superhero movies I have ever seen in my entire life. People are praising this film. They're going like, oh, it's got a high Rotten Tomatoes grade. It's up there with The Dark Knight, one of the greatest superhero movies ever made. No, I'm sorry, no. I'm going to prove my point right now. I'm going to tell you 3 reasons Logan absolutely 100% sucks. Hang on, I got to put on my new swag. I got some new swag from the Hot Topic, if you will. Look at that. Oh, yeah. This definitely makes me look like an intelligent human being. All right, let's do this. I'm going to prove to you that this movie sucks. Number 1, complex characters? What? In Logan, the characters in the movie are like more than one thing. Logan isn't just like angry all the time. Sometimes he's like sad, and sometimes he's like happy, and sometimes he like cries. And Charles Xavier, sometimes he's like kind of loopy, but also sometimes he's like kind of smart and like sage. And X-23, sometimes she's like really angry and mad, but other times she's like sad and happy and stuff. This is so confusing. Like, what are they? Like, I thought it was a common rule in life and in movies that people can only be one thing. One thing. I mean, think about it. In Batman versus Superman, Superman is always sad. We know that in any situation, he will always be sad. In Batman v Superman, we know that Batman is always going to be angry. In any situation, he will always be angry. And in Batman v Superman, we know that Lois Lane will always be boring. In any situation, she'll always be boring. At least we know what she is. But here, you don't know what the character's gonna do. They've got like different like sides to their personality and like different things they do to react to stuff. It doesn't make sense to someone like me. I mean, think about it. Like, I'm a person, like most people, I'm angry all the time, okay? I don't feel anything other than anger. So it's kind of hard for me to grasp these like crazy like art house characters who like feel something other than one emotion. It just doesn't make any sense, and it's too artsy to have characters who are more than one thing. If you want the mainstream to understand stuff, you have to make a character one thing, that's it, and stay that way all the time. All right, so that's number 1. Let's keep going. Plow ahead here. Plow through this pile of garbage. All right, number 2 is cameos, or lack thereof. In Batman v Superman, okay, and in many other movies like Civil War, which is nowhere near the masterpiece of Batman v Superman, but at least Civil War is like kind of fun sometimes. And the end credits of Doctor Strange and Man of Steel, there was like a Wayne Enterprises satellite, so I guess that's the thing. Oh, and in Suicide Squad, we have Batman in it. But in all good superhero movies, there is a scene where a character who did not need to be in the movie is brought into the movie to be cool. Think about it. In Batman v Superman, we get Wonder Woman, right? And she's like awesome, and she like fights Doomsday, and she's like so cool and whatever. It's like cool, and she's hot, and it's great. Also in that movie, we get like the scene where she sees the Justice League files in her email. It was like epic. In this movie, there are no cameos. I don't understand. It's almost like the director like wanted to focus on this story and not try to do anything that would distract from it. What kind of director would do that? I mean, the least you could have done would have been to have like Quicksilver show up at the end. That would have been cool, you know? Or you could do something like in Justice League, you know? You could do like, you know, maybe Logan wakes up and he's like reading his email, and then he sees like some postcards from Mystique and Quicksilver and Cyclops and Jean Grey, and they're all taking vacation in other countries and having fun. So we get like a nice little scene where he like looks at the postcards from each person, you know, and they're video postcards too, so we see them using their powers. They're like out on an island, and they're like having fun, and they're like using their powers, so we get to see them be cool, you know? And sure, I mean, that scene wouldn't really serve the story, but it'd be really cool, you know? And in the end, that's all that matters in these movies. It just needs to be really cool, okay? So just add more cool stuff. Cameos everywhere. All right, number 3. This is the big one. This is the big one for me, okay? Number 3 is there is no sky beam. Okay, it's a common rule that in every superhero movie, every superhero movie, there has to be a beam that shoots up from the ground or from like a tall building or something, right? And it shoots up from like maybe a device or like a big like energy thing or something, and it shoots up into the sky, right? And it goes and it like goes into the sky. It's like a cool beam of light, like, and sometimes like a character's like standing there and he's like Superman was when he stopped the world engine in Man of Steel. But other times like there's like a portal in it, like in Avengers or something, you know? But either way, they always has to be a beam of light that shoots up in the sky. Sky beam is what I call it. But this movie has no sky beam. The end of the movie is just like a few people fighting each other. Like, where's the stakes? I want to see buildings falling. I want to see beams in the sky and like aliens pouring out everywhere. everywhere. I want to see people going through buildings like they're cardboard, like, blah, 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 right? Remember when Zod and Superman fought? They were just like, blah, and like rubble crushing civilians everywhere, you know? You get like a sense of like death and stuff. There's none of that in this. I mean, there's a lot of death, but there's no like buildings or like big explosions or energy waves or like plasma bolt blasts or anything, you know? It's like, it's very like grounded and real and like gritty, and like the stakes are like more like intimate and like human based, and that's boring. So yeah, that's like the biggest thing for me. There need to be like more destruction, more global like alien army level stuff, and there needed to be a sky beam. Alright guys, so that's it. That's pretty much it. As I showed you, I really hated Logan, and I gave you the 3 reasons why. Don't go see it, it sucks. Don't go see any Marvel movies at all. I mean, I'm telling you, except Spider-Man Homecoming, because that might have a lot of destruction in it. I'm not really sure at this point, but we'll see once it gets closer to the date, you know. But yeah, so Marvel sucks. If you like Marvel, you suck. And, I'm sorry, guys. I don't like hating everything. I don't want to hate everything. I kind of liked Logan. I mean, the fighting was cool, and when he was stabbing guys in the throat, and he was like, choo, 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 snicked, right? That was really cool. But I just feel like I have to kind of hate everything that's not DC, you know? I mean, it's kind of my job. Like, again, like, I just feel angry all the time, and I don't know why. I'm like trapped in this web of my own making, and I feel like if I do anything positive, I'll lose all of my DC fanboy subscribers. I just don't know what to do. Go see Logan. It's great. It's one of the best superhero movies of all time. I'm telling you. I can't keep that on the low key, okay? Don't tell anyone I said it. How am I gonna get out of this? Anyway, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!